Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For anyone who's new here, my name is Zion and we talk about all things money. Today is Tuesday, June 2nd. Happy June everyone. And this is gonna be your stimulus update for Tuesday, June 2nd. So this update is going to mainly be for people who have not received their first stimulus check yet. That is for anybody who's on Social Security benefits, anyone in SSI, SSDI, any representative payees, people who receive VA benefits. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about Direct Express. Before we get started, I'm just going to ask that you guys actually hit that like button down below. What that does is allow this video to get out to more people who are also in your similar situations. And also, I want you guys to go ahead and drop a comment down below, letting me know if you have gotten your stimulus check yet, or if you have not gotten your stimulus check yet. And if you've received a payment date, I want to know when that is. And if you have received no payment date, I also want to know. Make sure when you're letting me know in the comment section down below, you're letting me know as much information about you as possible. So therefore, I'm able to provide the best feedback as possible. So as usual, I'm going to actually go ahead and answer some of your questions that you left me on my last video. And I hope that this helps. Also, before we get into this video, so if this sounds like something you're interested in, before we actually get into the video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below because there's going to be a lot more content like this. All right, guys, let's get to the video. So the first question I have is from Ruby. They ask, I'm an American living abroad. I've received Social Security deposit to a Costa Rica bank. Will I get my stimulus money the same way? So actually, no. If you are living abroad, you actually have to have a US bank account in order for you to get your stimulus money via direct deposit. From my understanding, you will still receive a stimulus check, but it should be received in the mail. So expect to get either a check or an EIP card, which is called an Economic Impact Stimulus Card, in the mail. If you're unable to do that, what you can do is when you file your 2020 taxes in 2021, you can go ahead and claim that credit, a $1,200 credit, and so you can get your stimulus money to you that way if it doesn't make it to where you are. So the next question I have is from Judy. Judy says, I'm on SS and my husband SSDI. And when I go on the portal, sometimes they say does not match these records. His Social Security number, then sometimes they expect his Social Security, but no date. Okay, hi Judy. So what I would advise for you guys to do is two things. The first thing you can do is if you're getting that error message that's saying the Social Security is not matching these records. So what I would do is A, make sure you're putting dashes in between your Social Security number. B, make sure when you're typing your actual street address, try to do it in all caps. For some reason, this has been actually helping people out. And also try to abbreviate things such as lane, boulevard, road. That should also help as well. Also, when you're trying to access the actual payment portal, I would try to do it early in the morning when not as many people are on. If you've tried all of these steps and you're still getting error messages, I think your next step should be to call the actual IRS. Again, I would actually call them very early on in the morning as there's not going to be as many people trying to get in contact with them. At the end of this video, I'm going to go ahead and leave 2 phone numbers that you guys can try and some steps that other people have taken in the comment section. It'll be at the end of the video and you can go ahead and try to call the IRS. What I would say is the IRS a few days ago did say they hired 3,500 new workers to start working at their call centers. And so as businesses have been opening back up, there have been more and more people who are able to actually work at these call centers, and therefore they're able to start picking up your calls. The next question is actually from Karen. Karen says, question, if we didn't file our 2018 to 2019 taxes, will we actually get the second stimulus? We received the first one, question mark. Hi, Karen. So the second stimulus check has not been established yet. The only thing that has actually passed in the House of Representatives is the HEROES Act that has a provision that states that if you are making below a certain amount of money, you will receive a $1,200 stimulus check, and you also get more money for dependents. Now, that has not passed through the Senate, therefore, and it hasn't been signed by the president, therefore, this has not gone into effect. A quick note that I really want to say is that the chances of the HEROES Act in its entire form passing is very slim to none because the Republicans are not a really big fan of it. If you want to know more about this, I'll put a link to a video up here where I talk a lot more about this and it gives you a kind of a deeper understanding. The next question I have is from Danita. They said, "Hi, I'm on SSI and SSA, and I do pay child support, but I checked the payment portal and it said it was sent out on May 28th to my bank account, but I haven't received it. What do I do?" Hi, Dina. Thank you so much for leaving your question. So what I would suggest that you do is actually go ahead and call the IRS. So what has been happening to several people is that the IRS is sending their stimulus checks to their banks, and their banks are rejecting it and sending it right on back to the IRS. And basically what happens is the IRS has to reprocess everything and then search for an address for you to send out and physically mail you a stimulus check or physically mail you something called an EIP card. And so why this is happening, we don't really know, but it could be that the IRS just has your wrong routing number, and therefore when they send it to the bank's like, this account doesn't exist, so they send it right on back. But I would just go ahead, call the IRS, try to figure what's going on. Also, you could try to call your bank and try to figure out what's going on, but I think ultimately you will receive your check in the mail. My next comment is from Carrie. They say, "My daughter carried me on her taxes, so I didn't get a stimulus check. But under the HEROES Act, will I get a stimulus check?" Hi Carrie, thank you so much for leaving this comment. So I do want to clarify that the HEROES Act has not been passed. However, as it does stand, the HEROES Act actually does say if you are 17 years or older and you are claimed as a dependent, you would be eligible for a $1,200 stimulus check. So Carrie, as long as you are older than the age of 17, then you will be eligible for a stimulus check under the HEROES Act, even if you're claimed as a dependent by your daughter. My next question is from Sydney. They say, "On full disability, have a Direct Express card. I have not got my check and I have no pending deposit. Called IRS, got through to talk to someone on Thursday, and they said I will get a check, but there's no pending deposit at this time." Hi Sydney, thank you so much for leaving a question. So what I wanted to say is that while you don't have a pending date, if you're going to get a check, it's hard to actually say when you're actually going to receive that check because it's different for different people, especially depending on how far you live, etc. So what I would advise is for you to get something called informed delivery, and it's actually free, a free US Postal Service system where you're able to log in and they're going to actually tell you every single day what you have coming in the mail. This is super helpful because you'll be able to tell if you're going to get something from the IRS. And what I do want to say about EIP cards especially is that they come in a white envelope, so please don't throw them away. So the next question I have is from Kimmy. They say, "I found out I was claimed without knowing. I get SSI, what can I do? Please someone tell me." I'm sure you could kind of file and say someone claimed me without me knowing, but I think that entire process is going to take a really long time. So what I would do is actually find out who claimed you and talk it through with them and make sure that doesn't happen again in the future. Also, I would say that the IRS put out a statement saying that they haven't confirmed yet, but it's in the works that if you were claimed in 2019, but you're not claimed in 2020, you could potentially actually still get a credit to file for a credit of $1,200 and in turn get your stimulus check. So I would definitely be on the lookout for that. My next comment is from Joko. They say, "I have a payee and haven't received anything." So if you have a payee, one thing I would say is you can go into the portal and you can put in your social security number and put in your representative payee's address, and that should help you actually get access into the portal. So I know there's been quite a few people who have payees who haven't been able to access the portal. And from there, hopefully you'll be able to see that you have a pending date. If that's not the case, I would definitely go and talk to someone on the IRS and try to figure out what's going on there. Also make sure you're in contact with your representative payee and see if they have any information. And so hopefully you'll actually end up getting that soon. But it could be the case that you'll end up getting your money by check in the mail or by an EIP card. All right, guys, that's all for today. Don't forget to leave a comment down below letting me know if you've A, gotten your money, or B, haven't gotten your money yet, and if you have a payment date or if you don't. All right, guys, until next time. Bye.